Hi, my name is Autif Kamal, and this is another video on logic and reasoning. This one is on conjunctive propositions. Below you'll find my contact info. You can send any questions, comments, and feedback to kautif@gmail.com. You can do the same using my Skype user ID, autif.kamal. And please check out my website, webs.logicandreasoning.com. There you'll find links to my other videos on logic and reasoning, as well as supplementary exercises, a forum to leave questions and comments for the viewers and me, a link to a chat room to discuss content live, either while or while not watching the videos, information on when I'm available to discuss content live, as well as information on how to earn certificates. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to try to give you a useful example in knowing how to formulate and refute conjunctive propositions. I'm going to give you an example which is based mainly on my personal experience, but I've changed some of the details just to make it a better illustration of how it's useful to know how to identify or to know how to formulate and refute conjunctive propositions. So I'm talking to my friend, and she says that she wants to become an elementary teacher. She asks me what test she has to take to do that, and I tell her you have to take the C-set and the C-best. So later, she decides that she wants to go talk to an admissions rep. So if the admissions rep says any of these three conjunctive propositions, they would refute me. You have to take the C-best, but not the C-set. You have to take the C-set, but not the C-best. You have to take neither the C-best nor the C-set. Now what I'm saying is she has to take both. What the admissions rep would be saying is that she has to take one or none of them. Now, just to make clear, the goal in using a conjunctive proposition is for both conjuncts of an affirmation or denial to be accurate. Okay, and these next examples that I'll go over will make it clear because I'll provide you some visuals. Okay, so here's another example. Let's pretend you and I are going to go watch a movie. I tell you that the movie is at 7 p.m. and it's in downtown. You want to make sure, so you check online, but you figure out that there's actually no showing at 7 p.m. So then you tell me, well, the movie's not at 7 p.m. and it's in downtown. Or you could say, but it's in downtown. Now when you say not at 7 p.m., that's a negation of me saying that it is at 7 p.m. For the second counter conjunctive proposition, let's say that I got the theater wrong. It's actually not in downtown. So you say the movie is at 7 p.m. and it's not in downtown. Or but it's not in downtown. So then not in downtown would be a negation of me saying that it is in downtown. And lastly, let's say I'm wrong in both cases. So then you would say the movie is neither at 7 p.m. nor in downtown. Neither at 7 p.m. is a negation of me saying that it is at 7 p.m. and nor in downtown is a negation of me saying that it is in downtown. Now in this case, each of the predicates are also the conjuncts, simply because they're separated by the word and. Okay, but also you can have subjects be the conjuncts. And here's another example to show you. So let's pretend we're talking about the Avengers, and I'm telling you who's in the Avengers. I tell you that Thor and Miss Marvel are in the Avengers. But then you tell me, well, Thor is in the Avengers, but Miss Marvel isn't. So, but Miss Marvel is not, is a negation of me saying Miss Marvel is in the Avengers. Now let's pretend that Thor is not in the Avengers. So then you say, Miss Marvel is in the Avengers, but Thor is not. So then, but Thor is not would be a negation of me saying that Thor is in the Avengers. And again, let's say I'm wrong on both counts. So you say, neither Thor nor Miss Marvel are in the Avengers. So neither Thor would be a negation of me saying Thor is in the Avengers, nor Miss Marvel would be a negation of me saying that Miss Marvel is in the Avengers. Okay, now here are two more examples for you to try. You are going to formulate two conjunctive propositions. One has predicates as the conjuncts, the other has subjects as the conjuncts. After you formulate each of the two conjunctive propositions, I want you to write out 3 ways to refute those conjunctive propositions. Okay, so I'll give you a moment to work on that. If you need more time, you can pause the video. Otherwise, I will move on to the answers, which I will do right now. Okay, so the first conjunctive proposition is volleyball players dive into sand and don't get scrapes. For the first counter conjunctive proposition under verses, get scrapes is a negation of don't get scrapes. Don't get scrapes is already negative, so if you negate it again, it becomes positive. Okay. Now for the second conjunctive propositions, don't get scrapes, that remains negative, but now neither dive into sand is a negation of me saying volleyball players dive into sand. Okay. Then lastly, for the third conjunctive counter proposition, counter conjunctive proposition, do not dive into sand is a negation of me saying that they do dive into sand, and they get scrapes is a negation of me saying don't get scrapes. Okay. And now for the subjects. Now, the conjunctive proposition is protein bars are not supplements, but vitamin capsules are. So I say for the first counter conjunctive proposition, I say protein bars are supplements. That would be a negation of me saying that protein bars are not supplements. Protein bars are not supplements is already negative, so if you negate it again, it becomes positive. In the second counter conjunctive proposition, nor vitamin capsules are supplements. Protein bars are not supplements, that remains negative, but now vitamin capsules are supplements is negated, so you get nor vitamin capsules are supplements. Then lastly, you have the third counter conjunctive proposition. Protein bars are supplements is a negation of me saying protein bars are not supplements, and but vitamin capsules are not is a negation of me saying but vitamin capsules are supplements. Okay. Now, if you would like some extended practice, here's an idea for you. You can go to books.google.com. In the left-hand side, you'll have a search bar to type in a keyword for a book. After you search that, on the left-hand side, click on Preview Available or Full View. Then select a book. After you've selected a book, hold Control, and while still holding Control, press F. You'll get a search box within the book that you selected. You're going to type in and or but. And then after you search that, you'll get a bunch of example sentences that will give you an idea of conjunctive propositions you can formulate. After you've formulated them, come up with 3 ways that you can refute them. That'll give you some extra practice. Okay, so next up we'll talk about disjunctive propositions. The purpose of a disjunctive proposition is to make an affirmation or denial about multiple possibilities. And those possibilities, those disjuncts, could either be, again, the predicates or the subjects. Now the difference between the disjuncts and the conjunctions is that for disjunctions, you want to have at least one of the possibilities to be accurately affirmed or denied. Whereas in conjunctions, you want both your conjuncts to be accurately affirmed or denied. And we'll talk about that in more detail in the next video. Alright, thank you.